We've really been brainwashed to think that if we work hard enough, then we'll be great. If we achieve this great, wonderful thing, then we'll be enough. When really you were enough the whole time. Okay, so I saw this amazing video by amandamaryanna, and it was about on being an average Black girl. And I loved everything about this video, and I wanted to offer my own 2 cents about my experience on being an average Black girl. But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Alicia Renice. I'm a multi-passionate creative and singer-songwriter. I create to uplift and love on Black women because they are amazing. I also encourage creative Black women to build a life that they love, to create the art that matters to them, and to remind themselves of what they already know, maybe something they've forgotten, that they are loved and that they matter. Ever since I heard the phrase Black girl magic, I've had some thoughts, but I just didn't know how to communicate those, and so I'm gonna do that here today. So the term Black girl magic was coined by Kashawn Thompson in 2013. So in 2013, you saw it everywhere. Black girl magic this, hashtag Black girl magic, hashtag Black excellence. However, there were some issues that I had when it came to Black girl magic that I kind of want to share with you. The thing is, I understand why Black girl magic had to be coined. I understood the necessity for Black women to be celebrated in places where they otherwise were ignored or undervalued or undercelebrated. However, what I realized quickly is that Black girl magic and therefore Black excellence was exclusionary. It was an exclusive club, like for people who had major success, who were doing groundbreaking work, going to college, starting a career, starting a multi-million business. But they were leaving out a lot of Black women who did not experience that same thing. And therefore it raised the question, can every Black woman be Black girl magic? And I had to look at the trend to figure out what exactly meant Black girl magic. And it seemed like it was a lot of business building, a lot of labor, a lot of hard work, a lot of sweat of the brow. And some women just don't want to do that. And sadly, those women who don't want to do that are labeled lazy, when in reality, they're just okay with being normal. And by whose standards were we really determining who was Black girl magic? To me, it seemed a lot like mirroring a lot of Western and therefore American culture. And so if we're trying to compete in a system that really wasn't built for us, for Black women specifically, and we finally get to this place, does it mean that only the people who can attain the things that Western or American culture people can attain, does that mean that they're the only ones who can be Black girl magic? Because if that is the truth, that means that Black girls everywhere, Black women everywhere can't all be Black girl magic. It's just like that term Black excellence, TLDR. If you didn't watch my video, my live on Black excellence and why I think it's a scam for Black people, scamming them out of labor, just for the high five and the congratulations and the accolades. I really feel like Black excellence is really about excelling. It's about being the magical Negro, right? It's about being excellent. It's about being wonderful, right? When the average Black person is that, just average. And average means that most people are average. And so if you do not acquire these things or have this amount of money or access or wealth, then you're less valued than those people who are labeled with Black excellence. And so another question raises itself: should we be judging ourselves based on the oppressive system we live in to determine whether or not we're worthy or we're celebrated? And I'm not saying that we shouldn't celebrate people who do amazing things, because I feel like they all should be celebrated. However, for the average person, the average Black woman, they're not accomplishing these things. And I also wanted to ask, should we want to be labeled as Black girl magic? We already see how Black women are already celebrated for being so hardworking and diligent. And a lot of things that we experience, like trauma and our trauma responses from those traumas, have been celebrated and turned into accolades. Like, oh, she's so strong, she's so resilient. When really what you're saying is, oh, she's surviving. But we see those things and we turn them into a positive because that's what we do. But also we forget about the Black women who suffer at the hands of being Black girl magic or Black excellence or being strong. You can see in today's society how Black women are dying more than any other race of women in this country giving birth, because we're believed to be able to take on more pain than the average person. We're already treated like we're superwomen, and we're not superwomen. A lot of us are just trying to survive. So then we have to look at excellence versus being regular. For most of us, for the average amount of people, we are just that, average. A lot of us will not achieve these excellent things because we are not willing to excel in that thing, because we're okay, we're content with being where we are, and or the access and the resources haven't been given to Black women to be able to acquire or attain this so-called Black excellence. And there seems to be this fear around being average, like we're all wanting to be amazing and exceptional and excellent, when average is not bad. Average literally means that the average amount of people do this thing or have this amount of thing, right? So even if the average of us were making $1 million, that means we would still be average. But it seems like it's not really about being average that we're afraid of. It's about not having worth or value that we're afraid of. And I wonder if more Black women knew that they were already magical, that they were already beautiful enough, brilliant, how many people would be chasing the things that we're chasing? Because then it starts to turn into hustle culture and grinding, not for the sake of the enjoyment of it and the pleasure of it or making a difference. It's really about trying to find worth and value outside of ourselves. We all know that hard work does not always pay off. You can look at our ancestors and see that they were working hard, harder than anybody else in this country, and had nothing to show for it at the end of the day. Even our grandmothers worked hard, but a lot of them grew up in poverty, and we grew up in poverty. It has been sold to us that if we pull ourselves up our own bootstraps, if we work hard enough, we will be able to acquire this excellent place or this excellent label or Black girl magic, when in reality, we had the magic within us all along. It's just that somewhere along the line, we started to believe that we weren't enough. We started to believe that our value really came from the work that we did and acquired. And let's be real, that comes from slavery. Literally, as slaves, our worth and our value was predicated upon how much money we brought other people, and therefore how much value we were to other people, not necessarily to ourselves. And so we're taking that mindset with us in our work, in our doing things, because we want to be marked as excellent. We want to be praised. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to be praised. But when you're seeking value outside of yourself, that's where the problem comes in. So am I saying that we should throw Black girl magic away or Black excellence away? No, I'm not. I'm not saying these things should not be celebrated. I'm not saying that these women doing these amazing things should not be hailed in high regard, because they should be. But I'm saying for the average Black woman like myself, we should not look at ourselves as less than this other person because they fulfilled their dream or they fulfilled somebody else's dream or version of what success looks like. For you, success could just be getting out of bed every morning. It could be paying your bills, taking care of your kids. And so why should that not be celebrated as Black girl magic, just like finding the cure for cancer should be? If more Black women knew that they were enough, how might this world look different? How might Black women treat themselves differently? How might Black women love themselves? And loving themselves wholly for being average would be revolutionary. And if we walked in the truth that we knew that we were enough, we would stop working so hard for other people's approval. All I'm really trying to say is that the term Black girl magic, which was supposed to be inclusionary, which was supposed to bring up all Black women, has somehow turned into something exclusionary. And so we really need to rethink the definition of what Black girl magic is. Why can't it be the post lady delivering mail, or the woman at home with her kids, or the person, yes, finding the cure to cancer? Why can't they all be amazing because they're all Black women? And therefore all Black women are magical. All Black women should be celebrated and honored and loved. Give me your thoughts. I would love to hear what you think. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, that's okay too. If you disagree with me, that's totally fine. Leave it all in the comments. I would love to hear your response. And the original video by amandamaryanna will be found in the description as well. And until next video, you all, keep loving yourselves because I love you and I see you. Bye.